Hi and welcome. We're really happy that you're here today, and we want to accomplish a few things. I want to introduce our team at CareQuest. We also want to provide you with the answers to 3 questions that we get on a daily basis from our clients so that we can help you start to understand and navigate the process of finding placement through understanding what we go through with our clients on a daily basis. I'm going to first introduce Megan, who joined us in 2019. And I met Megan in the skilled nursing setting. And Megan was getting her master's degree in healthcare administration. She was working in skilled nursing full-time, doing both admissions at different times, but admissions and discharge. And I would collaborate with Megan when she was on the discharge part of things, when I was working with a client. And the one thing I really loved about Megan is that she was friendly, she was open and affable. We always could laugh at something. And I could tell Megan had a really big heart. And it was something that I loved about her. And it really, a lot of Megan's personality traits really fit in with the core values of how we operate here at CareQuest. So she came on board to join us, and coming from the skilled nursing arena, Megan, I'm going to give you the question we get all the time. When someone's in the hospital system or a skilled nursing facility and they call us, there's a set discharge date and they're really stressed and they just want to know, what are we going to do to help them?
Yeah, good question. Good question. So here at CareQuest, we really like to collaborate. It's part of the process. We collaborate with case managers, we collaborate with discharge planners, social workers, physical therapists, occupational therapists to really get an understanding of the care needs of an individual. And we do an intake, and we often do an in-person assessment as well. And essentially we become part of the care team of a client. And so we communicate with everyone of discharge dates, and we often act quickly, especially if the discharge needs to happen quickly. An example of a client that I can think of is a client that I've had that had diabetic management. And so understanding the types of questions that you need to ask the nurses of, how often their insulin is, or how many units, or how many times a day, how many blood glucose checks. I think that's very important in making a successful placement, as well as including the family's preferences. For example, finances, whether it's location, or, I've had a client recently that they've mentioned that, they want a community and they want birds in the community. And so making it personal, including those preferences, are important into making a successful placement. And so Helen came onto CareQuest in 2013, and she is a great listener and she's authentic. And I remember in my conversation with Helen that she just really loves listening to people's stories. And I think that really describes Helen herself, and she's very patient and very understanding. And so Helen, one of the questions that we get on a regular basis is, what is the best community that's out there? And how do you answer that when it comes up?
Yes, that's a question I get a lot. I'm sure you guys do too. And finding the best community is a very personal process, and because everybody is so unique, and there are so many different kinds of communities. And by listening, as Megan said, I love to do, by listening to the care needs and what brings people joy, and the backgrounds and the stories, and information helps us understand the types of communities that might be appropriate for you if you were looking. And so our goal really is to put together that list so you are able to choose the best community possible. And one of my examples is that there was this gentleman who had dementia. He was in a memory care community, and he was having a very difficult time with anxiety, and he was acting out and really just exit seeking and was really having a difficult time. And the family came to me, and we discussed what brought him joy in life, and who he was as a man and an individual, and found this community that had this open area where he could walk and not feel locked in, and he could be in nature. And that is really what brought him joy. And he still had dementia, but he was able to calm and engage more within the community because of the environment change. So that is our goal, really, is to listen and to find that list of communities that are right for you. Now, Julianne, I'm going to shift over to you. And Julianne and I met when she assessed my mom, who had early stage Alzheimer's, and she has been in this field for so long, and started CareQuest in 1997. And prior to that, she was in hospital setting and as a PT. And your knowledge and your expertise and the respect that you have in this field, in this industry, in our area, is just phenomenal. And you're one of the most ethical women I've ever met in my life. And I feel so honored to be by your side and Megan's side, and carrying the torch for CareQuest and really helping families and giving back the gifts that you've given me. So this is perfect, since you started CareQuest. This is your baby. And I just feel like you are the perfect person to answer this question that I know I get all the time. I'm sure you do. And that is, how does this work? What happens? So take it away.
Thank you, Helen. So a lot of people, when they call us, they want to know what is the process? What are we going to do here? And we really start off authentically getting to know our clients. It's one of the most important pieces of the picture, is the assessment. Sometimes it's more clinical, sometimes it's less clinical. Maybe somebody has macular degeneration, but and they can't drive, and they're becoming more isolated, but they really need a vibrant community with folks that they can connect with and engage with. And sometimes, somebody comes through the hospital system and there's been a crisis, and it is more crisis driven, and we really have to pay more attention to the clinical side. But even when we're paying attention to the clinical side, we never forget who the person is and what are their needs and what are their desires, and what's the best community that's going to be the fit for them given everything that's going on. And that's what we that's what we figure out in the assessment part of what we do. I think of it like a book. The first chapter is the assessment. We also, with this first chapter, we have to set expectations. Some people have very realistic expectations, and some people don't have realistic expectations. And we find that when we talk about expectations and we can set realistic expectations, we're more likely to have a successful placement with our clients. We, like Megan alluded to, we do talk about budget. We talk about location preferences. These are all chapters in this novel that we're writing with each client. We tailor our communities very specifically to the needs and desires and wishes of the client and the family. We help them through the process of the tour. We help them through the process of the paperwork. And the last chapter is, in my opinion, one of the most important chapters, and that's the follow-up. How is it going? How is the person settling in? Are they engaging? Is there anything that we can step in and help out with, both now and in the future? So we are very big on keeping the lines of communication open with our clients after they move into a community, because we want to ensure the success of their new housing situation moving forward. In terms of compensation, the best part is that we are free to you. We do get paid. We get a referral fee or a commission from the community that you select. And because we are local and grassroots, every community out there wants to work with us. So we aren't biased in terms of where we send you. We send you to the places that are right for you. So I think that's a really important take home, that this is about understanding you, helping you, and finding the right place for you. We're your family members. So we want to thank you for listening to our first CareQuest Q&A. We plan on doing this monthly. And if you have a question, we would love to hear from you. So if you're calling on the Contra Costa side, it's 925-935-8811. And if you're calling from Alameda County, it would be
510-907-9677.
Or you can go online to carequest.us, where our website has a lot of great information, and you can email us through our website. We're grateful to have the collaboration of our clients. We get referrals from our clients, from our colleagues, from care facilities, from discharge planners, and we are here to inform you. Our goal is to inform you to be a better consumer when it comes to seeking out senior care. So take care for now, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.